Hi folks, I'm Stu. I started Ethical Kink about a year ago now, and I thought it was high time we got some video content up online for those of you who are like me and much prefer to just look at a few short videos for some information. I find it quite difficult sometimes looking through big walls of text or extensive blog posts and stuff, so I hope you find this helpful. What I'd like to talk about today is a bit of background about Ethical Kink, why we started it, what the motivations of the company are, and really to just give you a bit more information about the types of things that we look at when it comes to our business practices and so on. The idea behind Ethical Kink started about 4 or 5 years ago now, when two people very dear to me were having a conversation about how hard it is to find vegan BDSM products. I think they were especially talking about trying to get hold of some floggers or something like that at the time. And one of them then had the idea that, well, obviously this is a niche that needs to be explored, and why doesn't somebody start a business? So I wind on a few years, and one of those people is one of my partners, and we had discussed, well, let's give this a go. So we bought the domain name, and then it took a little while to get going and so on, but eventually, about January 2014, I finally got the company started. Apart from being vegan myself and caring about animal rights issues, I've been despairing ever more over the last 5 to 10 years as I've spent more time working in businesses and corporations and understood more about the way that businesses interact with both people and the environment. And the reason that I feel so uncomfortable is, when you think about what do we consider generally as a successful business, it's all about money. It's all about the economics. And so a successful business is a business that is doing well economically, right? So that leads to a really strong force or a tendency for businesses to exploit things, exploit people, exploit whatever they can to keep their costs down as low as possible on one end of their production, so they can sell things for the most profit on the other end. Now, this is going to cause problems with, well, we see this all around us, causing problems with human rights. If you look at in Bangladesh, there was a factory that collapsed recently because it was badly maintained and over 1,000 people died. We have people killing themselves, committing suicides because of awful sweatshop conditions in China. It's happening all over the world in different ways, and even arguably, from my perspective, it happens in the places that I've worked, in England, in Australia, where I see people being treated unfairly in the workplace, and that's a whole nother topic, and it's got a lot of legs on it, so I'll go into that in another video. That's the sort of business that I want Ethical Kink to be, one that seeks to be responsible for the environment which we find ourselves in, one that seeks to be responsible for the people who work for it or collaborate with us, where we treat people fairly, people get paid a fair wage, we don't abuse animals or don't take advantage of animals, where we consider the environment and so on. And there are a number of different factors that we're looking into and that we consider in every single product that we sell or produce ourselves. So I'm going to go into those in a bit more detail on what it means to us ethical when we talk about Ethical Kink, and the different factors that we're investigating and looking into. I'll go into that in a bit more detail in the next video or in a future video. So I hope this has given you some idea of the reasons why the company was started and what we're vaguely hoping to achieve. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Stu. Hope to see you next time. Thanks.